That's right, ladies and gentlemen, we are in double digits of this LegendCraft series, episode 10. And behind me we have the silo where we're going to get today's project in New Lazuli. So we randomize our ideas up in the dispensers, and with 2 hits of this button, we will have the idea. Oops. Oh no! Normally it's 2 presses. This time it was 1. And I pressed it twice before I realized that, which means we have to do the inn and the seawall. Wait, the seawall. Oh, the seawall. You see, between episodes, I was streaming over at twitch.tv/TempestPirate. Make sure you drop a follow so you catch the next one. And you can see, I was busy. I already built the seawall. So, reroll. Our project is... See, normally you do have to press it twice. I'm not crazy. Arena. And that, my friends, will be right here. And just like that, we have our inn and tavern finished. So just to be clear, that's this building here. That is the bakery, which we have not done the inside of yet. But the bottom floor is the inn. The top floor is... Sorry, that's wrong. The bottom's the tavern. The top is the inn. And we got the inn on the roll, but that meant that we basically had to do the tavern because that's below it. So we've done them both. And fittingly, we've named it the Snuggly Duckling, a subtle nod to Tangled. And to our right, we have the tavern, and upstairs we have the inn. Also, not to forget, the hobo fire outside. So walking in the front doors, we have some bar stools that look out the window, and use tinted glass so it's nice and moody in here. But outside, you can't really see inside. And then we have some booths for people who are sitting here eating some soup with their friends, talking about different ways that they can maybe steal or their hunting methods. I imagine that this place is just filled with 3 types of people. We have lumberjacks, we have hunters, and we have marauders. And this is a moose head. I can't take credit for this, found it online, but used it, and it looks awesome. And used armor stands to hold up these tables. Again, awesome. I love how this place turned out. Sea pickles as cups. Some more cups up here along with the flower pots. The brewing stands. Obviously, that's how our bartender creates the drinks. Another thing that I decided to use is leather helmets as bar stools, so you can't actually sit on them, but they look way better than anything else I've seen. And a little bit of decoration up there. And if we head on upstairs, we can actually find the inn. So right here at the top of the stairs, we're greeted by a staircase ascending to the private suite, which we'll get to in a second, or the common hall. And so in the common hall, we have just your average small bedrooms, bed, bookshelf. There's some variety in here. Smaller bed, maybe a plant here and there. And yeah, so this balcony actually looks out over the street. But if we head on up these stairs, we can see the private suite, and I love it in this room. There's a lot of blue, I'll admit, but I mean the roof's made of blue. This wood stove for personal heating preferences. We have some fuel here on this table. We have these lamps, and the reason I did this was because the shroom lights are actually under carpet that lights up the roof so mobs don't spawn. And so I wanted to incorporate them, but I made these lamps, which I think look really good. We have a little study for, I don't know, whoever's traveling in case they need to take some notes here. And then over on this side, we have a little wardrobe. And again, a bed made with the crimson nylium and a jelly cat as the cherry on top. So with the inn and tavern done, that leaves us with the arena to do next. So let's get to it. I would say it turned out pretty great. So as we walk inside, we have this battle-torn... Oh, don't mind Father Fungnuts being slain by suspicious gravel. We have this battle-torn floor, and it might be the 3rd time it's happened in the last 3 minutes, but we don't judge him. And then there's some doors, and these actually each lead out to the different towers, but the 3rd one, purely there for symmetry, needed a function, and I decided to give a tent over here, and it's like a shepherd's tent. So the shepherd lives in this tent. He's got this campfire, he's got the sniffer on the pot to represent his livestock, all of which have killed themselves off because goats are stupid and will now be replaced with sheep. Anyway, this goes down into the goat cave that we built, and we also have the spectator stands up there. And this is what the arena looks like from above. We have some warped ring to match like the blue fire aesthetic, and then it becomes the the spectator stands, and we can see Mob Goblin. He went to eat some potatoes while running on this and accidentally placed a line of them, and it kind of looks like magic beans. So maybe we'll continue the trail and have it lead somewhere, maybe to a magical beanstalk with giants up in the sky. I thought that was a giant thing of like white concrete. That looked very sus. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, drum roll please as we get our next job. And no, in case you're wondering, I don't cut the videos to right before I do it because I like put something in. No one probably actually thinks this, but I'm like an existential thinker, and I'm assuming that you're assuming that I'm putting the ideas in this hopper and then doing it because I don't actually like show the shuffle every time. But that's because it takes so long, and I figured you guys don't want to see that. What you do want to see is what I get. And what did I get? Build a statue to commemorate Mob Goblin's beauty. Okay, of all the things that I could have gotten after explaining that I don't put these in, that's the most sus thing. But I have a pretty good feeling that Mob Goblin probably put this in. But, you know, we just do what the machine says. So we got to build a statue to commemorate Mob Goblin's beauty. Well, how beautiful is Mob Goblin? All right, we're going to show Father Fungnuts, who's finally back to playing on the server, what this machine just told me to do. Build a statue that commemorates Mob Goblin's beauty. Oh, he thinks it's funny. We'll see who's laughing when this is all said and done. I'll be entirely honest, I was totally just going to troll and make something ugly. But we don't do that here. We go big or we go home. Hello, Silly Syrup.
Hello.
It's nice of you to join me here today.
Hello?
You might see something behind me. Hello?
Oh, I do see something behind you.
Yeah, well, my audience hasn't seen it, so how would you describe it to them, Silly Syrup? Oh,
Right.
but before you do that, let me explain this.
Yes.
So I'm doing my normal routine, right? I go to record some episode. I walk in my silo over in New Lazuli, and I hit the button for an idea, right? And normally
Yes.
a piece of paper would come out that tells me something in New Lazuli to do that I put there, right? Well, guess what comes out this time?
What?
It's a piece of paper that says, well, I forget the exact words, something like, make a statue to commemorate the beauty of Mob Goblin. Did I put that there? No. Did I do it anyway? Yes, because I just do what the machine tells me. So what do you think?
That is... I think that is quite comical. That's actually hilarious. That was probably... That was smart of, I assume, Mob Goblin to do. But... Wait, can your viewers see that right now?
Yes, they see it.
Okay.
Sadly.
That...
So
I actually kind of want to see what you did.
here's the story, right? I'm building. I have one window is open with like a picture of Mob Goblin's skin, and the other window I'm building it. And I do the whole thing, and I'm like, oh, it's gonna be done, right? And I back up to look at it, and I realize I forgot the ears, and somehow it is the most hideous thing I've ever seen, and it's nightmare fuel, and I like that. I think that's what makes it worth it. Like, why did I just spend 2 hours of my life doing this?
Exactly.
Instead of just re-rolling and doing something I actually put in the machine? This is why. Because this is nightmare fuel, and I'm going to scare all the little children now. This is my vision for Spawn. It's just a bunch of random things. But, you know, on that note, things that actually look decent at Flibu. You know, things that actually have effort put into them. I think Spawn should just be a conglomerate of all of our creativities. Starting with this beautiful shrine to the beauty of Mob Goblin.
That's cool.
Definitely not missing any details.
I was wondering if there's going to be a general district. I was going to ask you about that at some point.
For a great low rate, you can get online. Go to the general and save some time. Bro thinks he's in one of those ADHD TikTok reels that's like the person doing parkour in the background, and then it's like Reddit r/wild stories. One time, my uncle told me he was actually a G.I. Joe in World War III.
It's like a really long parkour course with like shaders.
I'm not going to lie. They always get me. I just watch them for the parkour. I want to see the parkour courses. Not going to lie, bro.
I know, right? That is so relatable.
You know what's funny about this? Is because this tree is here, it looks like he's reaching for like a piece of broccoli, like he's hungry. But it kind of blocks the view, so I think I'm going to get rid of the tree. But I like the idea that he's reaching for something, so what should he be reaching for? And just like that, he's reaching for his favorite block, Podzol. You prank me, I prank you, nerd. Once again, gonna try to end this episode on a shorter note, see how that does with the YouTube views and all that, and view duration, see how many people watch the video. But if you did watch and you got to this point, make sure you leave a like if you liked what you saw, and if you subscribe, you'll get notified the next time I post a video. And we're gonna leave looking at Father Fungus's beautiful ship. Look at that. He's back on the server. He was taking a little break, and I'm so happy that he's back. We can see this awesome ship he's building, and he has some big things coming up, and I think they might have to do with our horse prank. And not gonna lie, I'm terrified. So subscribe to see what he does, and I'll see you guys in the next video.